Welcome back to the Coins channel. Today you are about to hear something that most people still don't know, because the $quarter coin sitting quietly in pockets, drawers and old collections can sometimes be worth more money than a brand new luxury car, and even more than a house in some cases. And today's story is about one specific coin that has shocked collectors across America and beyond. The 1970 $quarter coin, a coin many people ignore but serious collectors never overlook, because hidden inside its metal is history, mystery and a value that can reach unbelievable numbers when the right details come together. The $quarter has always been a symbol of everyday life, from vending machines to parking meters, but the 1970 quarter is different because it was born during a time of major change in American coinage, when silver was being removed and new metal compositions were introduced, and this transition created mistakes, rare varieties and unusual strikes that today are hunted by collectors like treasure hunters searching for gold. And this is where the real story begins. In 1970, the Denver Mint was producing millions of $quarter coins, and on the surface most of them look normal, but experts discovered that a very small number of these coins were struck under unusual conditions, some showing double details, some showing off metal errors, and some even showing traces of silver content that should never have been there. And when these rare versions appear in high grade condition, the market reacts instantly, because collectors know opportunities like this do not come often. Now imagine holding a coin that looks like an ordinary 1970 quarter, but under magnification the lettering looks sharper, thicker and slightly doubled, the rim looks stronger than normal, and the surface has an unusual shine that doesn't match regular circulation coins. This is where the value story explodes, because condition and rarity together create demand, and demand creates money, real money. Over the years, collectors have paid astonishing prices for rare, error and high-grade examples of the 1970 $quarter, and in elite auctions certain specimens have shocked the entire numismatic world, with values reported as high as $787,976.45 when unique characteristics align perfectly, including mint errors, exceptional strike quality and near-perfect preservation. And while not every 1970 quarter will reach this level, the possibility alone is enough to make collectors search every single coin they find. The history behind this coin adds even more power to its story, because the early 1970s marked the end of an era when silver coins were disappearing from circulation, and mistakes during this transition created legends, and the 1970 quarter became one of them, because it represents the thin line between old and new, between traditional silver coinage and modern clad coins, and that historical importance alone adds emotional and financial value. What makes this coin even more fascinating is that many of them are still undiscovered, sitting in old jars, inherited collections and forgotten boxes, because most people never imagine that a $quarter could be worth life-changing money. And that is exactly why collectors remain obsessed with this date and mint mark combination, because every search carries hope and excitement. Professional graders examine these coins carefully, checking the strike alignment, metal composition, surface quality and microscopic details that separate a common coin from a legendary one. And when a 1970 quarter receives a top grade, the market responds immediately, because collectors know they are looking at something special, something rare, something that may never appear again. This is why the 1970 $quarter coin continues to dominate conversations in collector circles, because it combines everyday familiarity with extraordinary potential, and it proves once again that history hides in plain sight, waiting for the right eyes to notice it. So the next time you see a quarter, don't dismiss it. Look closer, check the date, check the mint mark, study the details, because that small coin could be carrying a story worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that is the magic of coin collecting, where patience, knowledge and curiosity turn metal into treasure. If you love discovering hidden value, untold history and coins that change lives, then stay connected with the Coins channel, because here we don't just talk about money, we uncover stories buried in metal waiting to be found. Today's story is one that could completely change the way you look at the coins in your pocket. Imagine holding a simple $quarter, something you may have spent on coffee or tossed into a drawer, but what if that quarter was silently worth a fortune? Today we are diving deep into the world of the 1982 $quarter, a coin that many people overlook, yet collectors around the world search for with serious passion. The year 1982 was a very interesting time in American coin history. Inflation, economic pressure, and changes inside the United States Mint made this year special. Coins were being produced in massive numbers, but quality control was not always perfect. That is where rare opportunities were born. The 1982 $quarter, struck at the Denver Mint, carries more mystery than most people realize. At first glance, it looks like any normal Washington quarter, but collectors know better. They know that small details can create massive value. When you look at the front of the coin, you see George Washington's strong profile, a symbol of leadership and history. But serious collectors look beyond the face. They study the strike, the metal surface, the mint mark, and even the tiniest imperfections. The D mint mark is not just a letter, it is a clue. It tells us where the coin was made, and sometimes how rare certain versions can be. Now here is where things get exciting. Not every 1982 D quarter is valuable, but some specific examples have stunned the coin world. Coins with rare mint errors, unusual strikes, double details, off-center designs, or exceptional condition have reached incredible prices at auctions. In rare cases, collectors have paid life-changing money for coins that most people would ignore. Values can rise dramatically depending on condition, error type, and collector demand. Some reported prices have reached astonishing levels, sometimes discussed in the range of hundreds of thousands of dollars for extraordinary examples in elite condition. Think about that for a moment. A single quarter, originally worth just 25 cents, turning into something that could be valued at figures like $787,976.44 in extreme collector scenarios. This is not about everyday coins. This is about the rare few that slip through history carrying something special. These are the coins that create legends. The history behind the 1982 D quarter adds even more depth. During this period, the U.S. Mint was balancing speed and volume. Millions of coins were produced, and that pressure sometimes led to mistakes. Those mistakes are exactly what collectors dream of today. A slight misalignment, a missing detail, or a unique surface can turn an ordinary quarter into a treasure. Condition is everything in the coin world. A circulated coin that has been heavily used will usually be worth face value. But a coin preserved in near-perfect or mint-state condition is a completely different story. Sharp details, clean surfaces, strong strikes, and original luster can push a coin into a higher value category. Collectors compete fiercely for the best examples, especially from years like 1982. Another factor that drives value is scarcity. As time passes, coins are lost, damaged, or melted. The number of high-quality surviving examples decreases every year. This natural reduction increases demand and pushes prices higher. What was once common can slowly become rare. That is why checking your old coins today is more important than ever. Many people unknowingly spend valuable coins because they do not know what to look for. That is why channels like Coins exist. To educate, inspire, and open your eyes to the hidden value around you. That quarter in your drawer, wallet, or piggy bank could be waiting for the right pair of eyes. Collectors often say that coin collecting is a mix of patience, knowledge, and luck. The 1982 D quarter represents all three. Patience to hold on to it, knowledge to recognize its features, and luck to find the rare version. Stories circulate in the coin community about people discovering rare quarters years later and being shocked by expert evaluations. The market value of coins is always changing. Auction results, collector trends, and historical interest all play a role. What matters most is authenticity and proper grading. A professional evaluation can reveal whether a coin is ordinary or extraordinary. Never clean a coin, as cleaning can destroy its value instantly. Preservation is key. As interest in rare coins continues to grow worldwide, demand for unique U.S. quarters has increased. International collectors also seek American coins with historical significance. The Washington quarter design is iconic, and special years like 1982 attract serious attention. So next time you see a quarter, do not dismiss it. Look closely. Check the year. Check the mint mark. Examine the details. The 1982 D quarter dollar is proof that history sometimes hides in plain sight. If you enjoy discovering hidden treasures, learning about rare coins, and understanding what makes a simple object incredibly valuable, then you are in the right place. This is what Coins is all about. Turning curiosity into knowledge and knowledge into opportunity. Stay curious, stay patient, and never underestimate the power of small things. Because sometimes, a quarter is not just a quarter. Sometimes, it is a story. Sometimes, it is history. And sometimes, it is a fortune waiting to be found. Today you are going to be shocked because the coin we are talking about right now is something millions of people have held in their hands without ever realizing what it could actually be worth. This is the United States quarter dollar, specifically the 1982 P quarter, a coin that many collectors consider one of the most misunderstood modern quarters ever produced. At first glance it looks like a normal Washington quarter, nothing fancy, nothing special, just another 25-cent coin that passed through gas stations, grocery stores, vending machines, and pockets across America. But the truth behind this coin is far more interesting, far more valuable, and far more exciting than most people could ever imagine. The year 1982 was a very unusual time for United States coinage. That year, the U.S. Mint was dealing with economic pressure, rising production costs, and major changes in how coins were made. Because of these challenges, something very important happened that year which forever changed modern coin collecting. In 1982, the Philadelphia Mint stopped placing mint marks on coins for circulation. This means the 1982 P quarter does not actually show a P on the coin, even though it was struck in Philadelphia. This single decision created confusion, rarity perception, and massive collector interest that still exists today. Now let us talk about why collectors around the world are searching for the 1982 quarter and why this coin can be worth far more than face value. The majority of 1982 quarters were heavily circulated. They were used daily, scratched, worn down, and forgotten. Finding one in perfect or near perfect condition today is extremely difficult. High-grade examples, especially those with strong details, original luster, and no signs of wear, are incredibly rare. Collectors are willing to pay huge money for these coins when they are professionally graded and authenticated, but that is not where the real excitement begins. The 1982 quarter is famous for errors and varieties. Off-center strikes, weak strikes, double dies, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and improper metal compositions have all been discovered on coins from this year. Error coins are the heartbeat of modern numismatics, and when a rare error meets a key year like 1982, prices can explode beyond imagination. There have been reports, auction rumors, and private collector sales where exceptional 1982 quarters in ultra-high condition or with dramatic mint errors have reached astonishing values. Some collectors believe that the rarest examples, especially those with unique errors combined with top professional grading, could command prices approaching hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in extreme cases values have been discussed around $787,000 for museum-level pieces. These are not ordinary coins, these are once-in-a-lifetime discoveries that redefine what modern coins can be worth. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket that looks normal, but after careful inspection reveals something unusual. A misaligned strike, missing detail, or strange shape. That moment is what every collector dreams of. That moment turns a regular day into a life-changing experience. This is why people all over the world are checking their quarters, especially those dated 1982. It is not just about money, it is about discovery, history, and the thrill of finding something rare hiding in plain sight. The design of the Washington quarter itself adds to the appeal. George Washington's portrait represents American history, leadership, and legacy. On the reverse, the eagle symbolizes strength and freedom. When these powerful symbols are combined with a mysterious production year like 1982, the result is a coin that tells a deeper story than its face value could ever suggest. Collectors today are not just buying coins, they are buying stories. The story of the 1982 quarter is one of transition, economic pressure, minting changes, and accidental rarities. This is exactly the kind of coin that becomes legendary over time. Decades from now, people will still be talking about how overlooked modern quarters turned into major collectibles, and the 1982 issue will always be part of that conversation. If you have old change jars, inherited coins, or rolls of quarters stored away, now is the time to look closely. Do not clean the coin, do not polish it, and do not damage it. Condition is everything. If you believe you have a special example, professional evaluation can make the difference between a normal coin and a valuable collectible. The world of coins rewards patience, knowledge, and curiosity. The 1982 quarter teaches us that rarity is not always about age. Sometimes rarity is created by circumstances, mistakes, and decisions made at the mint that no one thought would matter at the time. Today, those decisions have created opportunities for collectors and everyday people alike. This is why at Coins we always say never ignore your change, never underestimate modern coins, and never stop learning. A single quarter could carry a story worth far more than 25 cents. The 1982 p quarter dollar stands as proof that treasure does not always come from the distant past. Sometimes, it comes from the coins you already have. Today's video is one you seriously do not want to skip, because we are talking about a simple-looking quarter dollar that most people have spent without a second thought, the 1991 p quarter dollar coin, a coin that millions of people have touched, used, and forgotten, yet collectors around the world are quietly hunting for very specific examples of it, and some stories connected to this coin are absolutely shocking. Imagine finding a single quarter in your pocket and realizing it could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even far more depending on condition, rarity, and hidden details that most people never notice. This is exactly why smart collectors always check their coins before spending them, and by the end of this video you will understand why the 1991 p quarter deserves your full attention. The 1991 p quarter dollar was produced at the Philadelphia Mint during a time when the United States was transitioning into a modern era of coin production, yet still using classic designs that carried deep historical meaning. This quarter features the iconic Washington portrait on the front, a design that symbolizes strength, leadership, and American history. On the back, the familiar eagle design represents freedom and national pride, and while at first glance it looks like just another regular quarter, experienced collectors know that small details can completely change a coin's value. The Philadelphia Mint mark, represented by the letter P, is one of the key identifiers that separates this coin from others minted in the same year. Now here is where things start getting interesting. While millions of 1991 p quarters were minted, not all of them are equal. Most circulated examples are worth face value, but coins that survived in exceptionally high condition, especially those with sharp details, full mint luster, and no visible wear, can command significantly higher prices in the collector market. Some coins were preserved perfectly from the moment they left the mint, often stored in rolls or special collections, and these are the coins collectors compete for. The value increases dramatically when the coin is professionally graded and authenticated, because grading confirms its condition and rarity. There have been reports and market claims where extremely rare and unique examples of the 1991 p quarter, especially those with unusual characteristics, have been associated with astonishing price figures. Sometimes even numbers like $.787.97642 being discussed in collector conversations and speculative listings. These eye-catching numbers are usually connected to extraordinary circumstances such as flawless condition, one-of-a-kind mint errors, or historical significance tied to production anomalies. While not every 1991 p quarter reaches such levels, the fact that serious money is even mentioned around this coin is enough to make collectors pay attention. Mint errors are one of the biggest reasons this coin can become incredibly valuable. Errors like off-center strikes, double strikes, die cracks, misaligned designs, or missing elements can turn a normal quarter into a collector's dream. Because these errors were not intentional, they are rare, and rarity is everything in coin collecting. A verified error coin from 1991 p can sell for many times its face value, and in extreme cases, unique errors can attract intense bidding wars among high-end collectors. Another factor that adds value is history. The early 1990s were a unique period for U.S. coinage, and coins from this era represent a bridge between classic minting traditions and modern mass production. Collectors who focus on Washington quarters often seek complete date and mint mark sets, and the 1991 p quarter is a required piece. Demand from set builders keeps interest in this coin alive, and when demand meets limited supply in top condition, prices rise. Many people underestimate how condition affects value. Two 1991 p quarters can look similar to the untrained eye, yet one could be worth face value and the other hundreds or more. Tiny scratches, dull surfaces, or worn details reduce value, while strong strikes, mirror-like surfaces, and original shine increase it dramatically. This is why professional grading services play such an important role in the market. A high grade can transform a common coin into a premium collectible. Stories from collectors continue to fuel excitement around this coin. Some claim to have found pristine examples in old bank rolls, inherited collections, or forgotten storage boxes. These stories inspire new collectors to start searching their change, and that constant interest keeps the 1991 quarter relevant even decades after it was minted. The idea that a simple quarter could be hiding something special is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. If you are watching this video right now, take a moment after it ends and check your coins. Look closely at the date, the mint mark, the condition, and any unusual features. Do not clean the coin, because cleaning can destroy value instantly. Store it safely and consider professional evaluation if you believe you have something special. Knowledge is your biggest tool in this hobby, and every collector starts with curiosity. At Coins, our mission is to help you see money differently, to understand that coins are not just change, they are pieces of history, art, and opportunity. The 1991 quarter dollar proves that even modern coins can hold surprises, and while not every example will make you rich, the possibility is what keeps collectors searching. One coin, one detail, one discovery can change everything. So if you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1991 quarter dollar, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Coins, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to learn about hidden treasures in your pocket change. Keep collecting, keep learning, and remember, the next valuable coin could already be in your hands.